Hello there. Let's get this next problem going. Number 106, best time to buy and sell stocks with Cooldown. Let's check it out. In this particular problem, we are given stocks again, and we need to find out how to maximize our profit. We can buy, sell, and after selling, there's a cooldown, and then we can buy and sell some more. This kind of looks like this particular problem here, house robbers, where we have to pause. But the difference is that there is a buying and selling aspect to it. So we need to store that as well. And so for that, we're going to have a DP, which is going to be where the key is going to be equal to the two items, I and buying. This makes it hard for us to do bottom up because we're not just using indexes anymore. We're doing like another variable, because we can only buy after we sell, and we only sell after we buy. So that's important to us, because if we can't buy or sell, then we have to cool down. That means we can't sell nor buy at that moment, and we need to keep that going. So that particular line of code. So what does that mean? So let me show you what I mean. So 1302, we can either buy or cool down. So at this particular point, we can buy one for one, or cool down costs us 0. Then we will buy again. Then we can only sell and cool down. And if we sell, then we have a profit. Well, we have a buying of -1. And we have a buying, we have a selling of 2, which is give us a profit of 1. Or we can cool down, which is going to give us a -1 at this point. Then we can either buy, cool down. No, we can't do any of those things here at the selling point. We can only cool down. So cool down, we'll have a 1. Then after cooling down, we can buy or cool down at that point. So at that point, we're at the 4th index, where we can buy for 0. So, and then cool down of we can still stay at 1. And after buying, we can sell at 2. Let me just get a couple tabs out there in the world so that we can get some room. So cool down, selling, and we make a profit of 3. And cool down, we will still have 1. So that's our maximum profit, 3. And after that's buying, selling, cooling down, buying, and then selling some more. Yeah. So yes. So how do we? So this decision tree requires us to remember that we're buying, whether we're buying or selling at this particular point, or whether or not we can, whether we should cool down at that point. So when we're cooling down, we're looking at making a decision on how many, like, what happens if we skip this item and then take the price, and then what happens if we buy and does not take the price and get a particular price. So we gotta go down these particular paths to find out what happens during a cooldown, during a buying phase or a selling phase. So we have to go down these paths, and these paths are selected via a DFS call. So let's define our DFS call, and we're taking in buying and our current index. So if the index is greater than or equal to the length of prices, that means we've ran out of items. We're going to return 0. If the I and the state that we're in is in the DP, what we're going to do is return DP of the I and buying. So the cooldown is equal to the DFS of I plus 1 and buying. If buying, we're going to buy equals DFS of I plus 1 and not buying. because we can't buy anymore, minus the prices that we spent on the item. And the DP of I, this particular I and buying, this particular state is going to be the max of either buying or cooling down. Else, we can only sell because we have bought already, and so we must sell or cool down. And we're going to take the DFS, selling is going to be DFS of I plus 2, this one more, and we're going to set buying to true. That's possible now. So plus prices of I. So DP of I buying and equals max of sell cooldown. So the thing is, how do we know that for sure that we're gonna cool down after we sell? Because we're skipping the item that's not available. We're skipping one item when we sell. That's our cooldown. So then, with that, we can return the DFS of 0, and buying is true. Run the code. Oh, what's going on here? None type? What do you mean? I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. Unsupported. My eye is itchy. Okay, hold on. What's going on? I can't see. It's a none type? Oh, right, I see. Return DP of I and buying. Submit. There we go, not too bad. That's our solution to this particular problem. So again, what we learned in this particular problem is a more, I guess, advanced way of doing dynamic programming, where it involves more than one variable that we're storing, and how to deal with the cooldown by selling one more than the next item, and doing a DFS on one greater item to get the prices down. To see what happens, of whether we buy or sell, or should we cool down. This is a very interesting problem. Hopefully, the next time we see it, we think of these types of solutions and think about how we can run DFS to store this data, whether we should buy, sell, or cool down. And we can refresh our memory by looking at this diagram here and looking at what we need to do to make sure that we work. I mean, to make sure that we learn, that we remember to store an extra variable to signify whether we're buying or not, or selling, or what happens when we need a cooldown after we sell. So that's the problem. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. If you want more videos, check the link in the description below. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.